Greetings, programs. Welcome to another siege battle. We're playing on Athens here, and if you can imagine yourself standing on this wall or on this parapet and looking out and see just row upon row upon row of enemy units. We've got a subscriber video today. This was sent in by DJ underscore 437. I like to count him a friend. He's a really good player and he's a solid player, and he constantly is giving me some feedback on how I can better play, how I can better record, or commentate or stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Always sending the replays. Really appreciated, man. Thank you so much for this one, and hopefully we're gonna have an interesting one. We've got Kush, Nervii, and Carthage fighting. If I remember right from the pre-screen, and I actually have the things here, Boy, Lusitani, and Tylus. So it looks like we're going to be in for an interesting one here. I'm going to go ahead and get it started, and we'll go over these army comps. So Kush has slave infantry and Kushite slave infantry in the front. 2, 4, 5 units of Kushite and 1 unit of slave. Sorry for the hiccups, guys. And then 2 more Kushite slave infantry. So sorry, guys. Beg your pardon. With a armored desert cav, and then 6 armored shotels here in the back, with 3 units of Nubian bowmen, and then the Royal Kushite Archer General. Nervii has 3 units of Fierce Swords as part of his elite corps back here, 3 units of his Gallic Hunters, 4, with 2 more Fierce Swords, an Oathsworn there, 3 Celtic Warriors, and then over here on his right, on the left flank, a Light Horse with a Fierce Swords and 2 Levy Freemen, another Celtic Warrior, kind of as an anti-sally out force, I'm assuming. Now, they use the Gallic Hunters' Vanguard ability to park their towers and stuff up closer. Now that unit is being fired like a machine gun, so that means it's being player controlled, and he's trying to bounce it in onto these mercenary Italian swordsmen of Carthage, and way overshooting, actually shooting out of the map. So before we get an actual, it looks like Boy may be making a mistake of leaving his guys on the wall. Yeah, there they go, Celtic Warriors. He's trying to get them off now because that tortoise is going to start ripping in. Why is he wasting artillery on Kushite slave infantry that's right here? I don't know. But I don't think his units are going to get out in time without taking some kind of casualty. Yeah, he's going to lose 1 guy. But he loses 4 guys. And he's actually going to lose a little bit more because pathfinding is stupid. Yep, he lost a total of... They're on actually large unit size, I just now noticed. They're on large unit size. But he lost about 20 guys to that. And there goes his artillery piece, lost to the tortoise. Tylus actually sallies out with Celtic Warriors, and the arrow towers are going to make short work of the Kushite slave infantry here. They actually do have archers on the towers. Iberian slingers, they're challenging out the wall and even sallying out. Celtic Warriors making short work of these slave infantry, while more Kushite slave infantry and Lusitani veteran shields are going to come in to collapse on these Celtic Warriors. So while this is all progressing, that's the only type of action right now. Carthage has pushed up mercenary Cretan archers to help support. He's sending in mercenary Gallic warriors. He also has the mercenary Italian swords like we saw before. More mercenary Gallic, more mercenary Italian. Libyan infantry, which is the backbone of pretty much any Carthaginian army. With his general's bodyguard, it doesn't say exactly what, it's a heavy command. With mercenary Samnites as his elite corps with Libyan Peltis, and another unit of mercenary Cretans back here. So this sally out appears Kushite slave infantry is just sitting here, they're breaking, taking archer fire. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. But it would appear that if the sally out was intended to only delay, then it worked. Because now everyone is looking here, they're focusing here. And the Gallic Warriors, let me get a look here, 140 kills and 80 kills. So they're doing a number on the cheaper units and forcing their units to stay here within range of the archer they have on the tower, plus the arrow towers themselves. So the Celtic Warriors of Nervii got to a tortoise. They're going to move up and start actually knocking down a section of wall. They've got more tortoises coming up to knock down the section of wall. Strange how this tortoise was actually able to be picked up after destroying this tower. And boy, selling out with some Celtic warriors. ones that actually got lost men on the wall, the slave infantry here, and the Carthaginian mercenary Gallic warriors, they're about to try and push that up. But the slave infantry is going to take a volley in the right flank, and they're not going to be able to do anything. So I don't think they were ordered to drop the tower, drop the tortoise. So now they're forced to drop it, but they're going to lose probably about 10 guys on the charge from the Celtic warriors, who have a charge bonus of 25. So that, plus the arrow tower that they're being shot at in the back, they break quickly. So the Nervii is bringing down this segment of wall. I'm curious, because this segment of wall comes down. If the unit is close enough... Okay, so you have to be right up next to it to take any damage from the debris. You have to be right up next to it. But now they're opening up some more holes. Nervii Celtic warriors come in. They get a volley off on the Celtic warriors, inflicting a few more casualties. And actually look like, if they're not paying attention, they're going to charge through the gap after them, exposing their flank to another Celtic warrior unit. And it looks like they will halt. Oh, they're going in. They're going in, and they're being javelined. They see that at the last second, they take only a few casualties from it and get them to waste a volley. But because it would have counted like a shot in the back, the unit is ordered to pick up the tortoise, and I think they're about to glitch. Nope, they're going. Okay. To kind of keep them contained, another Celtic warrior of Nervii is coming over to help keep an eye on it. And then this wall comes crumbling down right there. The Kushite slave infantry continues to be shot at by the arrow tower. Kushite slave have gone onto this siege tower, while more Celtic warriors of Nervii are bringing down more walls, exposing flanks, and forcing the defenders to expand their defensive section. I'm glad we just saw this right here, right now. Some Scutari Cav Lusitani came from the far back gate over here and is now charging into the Armored Desert Cav and into the archers in general of Kush. They're going after the general specifically, and they're just trying to wreak some havoc right now, I'm pretty sure. Kushite slave infantry coming up to try and check that advance, check that. Armored Desert Cav actually disengaging from the Scutari Cav to help protect their general. If their general dies or breaks, not only is it their best archer unit because it's a Royal Kushite, but it is the general. The Carthaginian general is coming in to support. More units are coming in. Nubian bowmen actually sticking to engage. You have fierce swords of the Nervii coming in to help collapse on the Scutari Cav, and they're getting annihilated. There's a unit of Lusitani guerrillas that has been hiding over here. They are detected, and fierce swords have been sent to deal with them. And the Scutari Cav, they're sally out fairly effective, 120 combined kills, 130 combined kills, and they are now just getting crushed. So it was fairly effective. They've hurt, nearly broke the Kushite armored Cav. Kushite archers are all, the Kushite elite, the entire Kushite elite corps mobilized to help deal with this, but they got taken care of. So the Kushite archers are down, some of them down 50 or more. Their general down almost 50% of its manpower. And that was a great move by Lusitani. That was a very, very good move. Tortoises continue to open up all these holes in the wall, proving any flanking forces hiding in this sector and this little roadway here to be useless, because any flank they hope to get would immediately be countered, unless they had two units sitting here back to back, in which case they'd be surrounded. Kushite, the Lusitani Iberian slingers up here on the wall lost one man, 6 kills. They have one of the longest ranges as all the units in Rome 2. And while they're shooting at the archers, even though they're out of range, they now switch their target to the Celtic warriors. They're slingers, and so their stones are armor piercing. They do AP damage. Funny, I know, but it's a blunt force. It's not going to be like a pierce. So blunt force, no matter how hard you hit a breastplate with a hammer, it's still going to be felt on the other side. Even if sword can't cut it, you hit it hard enough with a hammer, and it's going to be felt. But they're starting to they're putting some heat down on the unit. And I'm not sure if they're actually getting kills. They are. They've actually gone up almost 20 kills since we last looked. Now the Kushite mercenary Cretan archers, along with the mercenary Gallic warriors coming up. And now the Kushites are now respectful of this position. The Lusitani guerrillas are just sitting here. They're just chilling. I don't think they realize that they are not hidden. And these Kushite armored chotels are going to come up here and just smack them out of the way. The positioning on these towers is actually kind of funny. I don't think they realized they couldn't move up here. But anyway, now that they have line of sight, the artillery, the Nervii artillery is starting to rain down fire. Nervii artillery is starting to rain down fire. The mercenary Cretan archers are able to outshoot the Lusitani slingers. The Iberian slingers, 34 kills, but down to 20 left. And because of that, all their slingers are getting off the wall, because those Cretans will outshoot them any day. Actually, no, they're getting shifted over. And whose artillery was that? Was that the Iberian? That was the Nervii artillery. Getting some kills in on the slingers up on the wall, not using flaming shot. Flaming shot, a lot of people use it. It does reduce accuracy, but it makes for more cinematic things, so it's very much preferred. But between the Nubian bowmen and the Kushite and the Cretan mercenary archers, these slingers have no chance. Have not got a single kill, and they break and then get slaughtered as they pull back from the parapets in the middle of a volley. Now we've had yet to have any actual push inside the wall, and I'm actually seeing this right here. I don't think anyone has noticed, but a boy heavy horse has come outside the walls, and I was just going to chill in this corner. I don't think anyone has noticed them. I think no one has noticed it yet. It may be noticed here in a minute, but I think it was. But nobody cares because they're shifting away, and the heavy horse falls back towards the gatehouse. Or it's falling back towards the gate. So, what is going on right here? I'm honestly not sure how the attacker is going to go into this one. I'm honestly not sure how they're going to go about this. They have all these breaches here that they can come in and get units set up to start flanking when they push through these other breaches. It looks like they're trying to use their skirmishing, their arrows, because Lusitani, they're the Tylus as well, they're barbarian factions. They don't have a whole lot of armor. So they are very susceptible to projectiles. The longer you can sit there and skirmish them, the better. Actually, all these they're a barbarian defense. Actually, barbarians defending a major walled city. I guess they haven't had time to switch over to their barbaric culture yet. But as far as how they're actually going to attack, both sides still have a lot of infantry. Both sides still have a lot of resources. And we're under 30 minutes left in the battle. Kush actually sent his archers over here with what's left of his cavalry and a Shotel warrior to kind of just be able to put down some ranged pressure on them over here. And the Celtic slingers, they're actually coming over here. I think they're going to hide the trees. Nope, and what you did is just revealed a hidden veteran shield warrior. So that was not a very bright idea on their part, because now they're not going to shoot the slingers, in my opinion. I'd leave them there and I'd shoot the shield warrior. But they are going to fall back. They do that. I think those archers, I think the Nubian bowmen could outshoot the slingers. I think they could. But then the slingers would probably sacrifice themselves in order to hammer down the armored Shotels. I think is what would happen. Because those armored Shotels would be eaten alive by a flank shot from all those slingers. So now we have pushes coming in. Infantry clashes, mercenary Gallic warriors engaging Celtic warriors, Kushite, slave infantry mixing with Carthaginian mercenary Italian swords. Nubian Celtic warriors are inside the walls. Flaming shot now being used in a widespread, trying to hit guys that are on the wall. If they can get a juicy shot down this way and just bounce it, then it would be very nasty. It'd be a very nasty shot. But they're starting to push. They pushed the Celtic warrior back. Lusitani's veteran shield warrior is going to hold them, but their flank here is exposed. So they're going to use the Kushite slave infantry to engage the Celtic warriors, and they're going to projectile the veteran shield. Like I said, very vulnerable to ranged weapons. Tribal warriors, not exactly an elite unit, but they're definitely very, very good. And they're actually shoving the units back. The veteran shield warriors get shoved back to the Celtic warrior line. We're now being eaten apart somehow by Kushite slave infantry. They're somehow getting chewed up. probably the fierce Celtic warriors that are doing it. But now you have all these projectiles coming down as the tribal warriors are now switching around to try and do stuff to cover their flanks, protect each other. While they're microing over there, some Celtic warriors from Nervii charge a Celtic warrior here. And Boy has his hands full. He's got a Celtic warrior cut off, and a axe warrior here trying to hold the line. So while they rush up more reinforcements, axe warriors, Celtic warriors, Lusitania is even bringing in a veteran shield warrior here to help support. They got units over here keeping an eye out for another sally out, but nothing appears to be Nothing appears to be happening over there. I do believe this ballista's out of ammo, 35 kills. Not bad at all. Their first engagement here, Celtic warriors, they do happen to break before the veteran shields. And that is because they're getting archer support from Celtic slingers and Iberian slingers. But archer fire coming down, really not doing these Celtic warriors any favors. And the Kushite slave infantry will charge in as a mercenary Cretan archer unit with ammo, I do believe. Okay, they control this position. So the mercenary Italian swords going to charge into the tribal warriors to cover the archers. The archers are trying to get into a position where they can just shoot down or shoot out at them. Kushite slave infantry actually winning decisively with archer support breaking the Celtic warriors. Broken the Celtic warriors, but they're actually about to be flanked. They're being flanked by tribal warriors. So what they're going to do with these Celtic swords are they're going to be charged by the tribal warriors, and a Boy heavy horse charges in to kind of protect the archers. They didn't want to let that guy run too much. But over here, Nervii is pushing through. Gallo-Thracian infantry broken, a very good unit normally. More Gallo-Thracian infantry breaking. They're on the verge of breaking to some fierce swords of Nervii. And then I'm not sure what happened here, but these banners are not the way they should be. It dissolved into just a giant melee, I'm assuming. Veteran shield warriors charging to support the Gallo-Thracians. And this whole front line here is destabilizing. And it looks like the Nervii forces are just being collapsed on, and they're going to break. The veteran shield warriors are disengaging, while a Celtic warrior that beat their opponent is moving now to flank them, while they're about to be cut off by another unit of fierce swords and kind of now get boxed in. So their attempt to flank immediately stopped and their flank secured. While these Kushite slave infantry are doing a lot, they're absorbing ammo, which I think is what Kush intended them to do, because they are absorbing a lot of enemy projectiles, archers specifically. So it's going to be less for them to use on the elite armored Shotels, or these mercenary Samnites, or even the Oathsworn, the couple of Oathsworn and other fierce swords that Nervii has. But I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a lot of their units are dispersed. I'm not seeing a whole lot of infantry right now. And I honestly don't know which way this one's going to go. Balance of Power says it's still dead even, but I'm not seeing it. We got just over 20 minutes left. The Nubian bowmen are here. They control the arrow tower. Boy heavy horse are trying to do that they can. Axe warriors continuing to hold the line. Celtic warriors offering Pelum support. Armored Shotels in the mix now with Libyan infantry, mercenary Italian swords. I really don't know what to call this one right now. It's really, I almost want to say the defenders have it, but I'm not sure what their reserves are. What we see could be everything they have right now. Or they could have a few more elite units hidden back here somewhere. I honestly do not know how this one is going to go right now, because it's just going back and forth, back and forth. The attackers push through the walls, they gain ground, defenders counter push, shove them back. Attackers push again, get through a little bit, take some ground, the defenders shove them right back. It's a real tug of war here. Tribal warriors cutting a flank and getting into the Libyan infantry here. This fierce swords engaged, broken, veteran shields fighting more fierce swords right here. Libyan infantry coming in, trying to support. Archer fire continuing to come down from the slingers. Now slingers have a lot of ammo. They have the longest range of any ranged unit in the game. But they require a direct line of sight. That is their only drawback. And I'm not sure how this gate is burning, who's chucking stuff at it. I'm not sure if it's these guys, a firearm is being shot at it, or what. Honestly, have no clue. Okay, so yeah, these guys are throwing stuff at it. They are throwing torches. I mean, you can see all these torches here. That just, like, literally, they don't, like, disappear. They don't glitch out. They just literally stay there. But yeah, you can, they're just chucking them all here. Some of them don't even make it. But I don't know why they're burning down the gatehouse when they have gaps on either side that they can take. Gallic hunters got into the melee. I'm not sure if that was an accident or if they're out of ammo. Celtic slingers being rained on by other Gallic hunters. Infantry starting to run thin on this left side, but archer support is still plentiful. Celtic slingers break, but there's still 2 more units back here providing fire support. And they're just mercenary Samnites. Carthage has committed her elite units, and they're having to pull the units off that they had over here watching. I'm not seeing any reserves except over here. I'm not sure if this guy has been here since forever or if he somehow got through and they got cornered. But I remember there was a Celtic warrior that got cornered here a while back. And this tower had been taken. So I think that unit got in and they got cornered again. And its sole purpose was to take the tower. I think that's what that was supposed to be. I honestly have no what unit they're fighting. Okay, there was armored chotels there, that's why. Their banner was back here, yet their guys were fighting here. I was kind of confused for a minute. Leading infantry countercharges the veteran shield and the Celtic warriors. The gate is now in flames and it's destroyed. Now they can like feed units directly into this mess. The attackers are slowly gaining ground near the gatehouse. They have secured a wide area around the gatehouse. But their fierce swords and their units are pushing. They've surrounded a unit of tribal warriors, which are refusing to die. I say surrounded, but they can come out this way. More tribal unit. They have... Boy still has quite a few units back here. Inside 18 minutes left in the replay. Or just over 18, I should say, because we're counting seconds, right? And I might have to chalk, unless something drastic changes right now, the way it looks, the defenders are going to win. It looks like the defenders are going to win because the attackers, I think it's because that charge, that little sally out by the Lusitani Cav. I mean, the attackers, they've made some good ground, they've made some good headway. But, I mean, this can go either way real quick. If this flank falls to the tribal warriors and the Lusitani nobles fighting the 2 Libyan infantry and the mercenary Samnites, if that falls, they'll be able to close around. I mean, Lusitani's probably reaching wit's end right now. Their general is currently actively committed. It's as well as the Tylus general. They are about to commit, it would appear. Their archers and their slingers are committing. So it would appear Boy is the only faction with any units left. Like any reserves left. They have sword followers. Sorry guys. But Tylus, I'm sorry, not Tylus, Nervii has like 1 fierce sword unit not committed. I take that back. He has 2 Livy Freemen and a cavalry and a light horse. And his artillery and archers. That's all he has. Carthage, all of his infantry is committed except for his general. And only 1 armored Chotel unit is not actively committed to the engagement right now. For Kush. All their archers are sitting here, including their general. They all have their bows out, so they can all... Oh, they just either ran out of ammo or toggled the melee. They have their bows out. They have bows out. So they're slowly pushing away over here. They're slowly pushing through. Celtic warriors and veteran shield warriors. The armored Chotels are slowly pushing through, but they're just fighting through unit after unit after unit, while constantly being barraged by Celtic slingers and Celtic bows. A constant barrage. units. I'm not seeing how the attackers can pull this one off. Mercenary Samurai Warriors breaking, losing decisively. Just under 100 kills, 33 men left standing. Fierce Swords just got into the action. They've lost 13 men, killed 20. And this left flank of their push, the attacker push, what their best hope was, that was right here. The left flank of that is now falling. Libyan Peltis now taking fire. The Oathsworn Nervii General has engaged. Armored Shotels here trying to provide support against some tribal warriors. Lusitani nobles pursuing Libyan infantry as they try to reform. Tribal warriors and sword followers ganging up on the mercenary Samnite warrior here, with Celtic warriors assisting. Armored Shotel providing support to a Nervii Oathsworn fighting the Tylus general, who's being supported by that Nervii sword follower. Lusitani nobles, I think they're being shot at. This is also the Lusitani general, and he is not dead yet, but he has been taken down a notch or two. His KD is almost 1-1, but yeah, he's lost almost 70 guys, killed 52. They do start headhunting, but now the Lusitani general is fighting on two sides, will be supported by a breaking sword follower unit. This Oathsworn unit will soon be breaking as well, I'm pretty sure, now that battle rhythm has expired. Their melee attack, it went away, they lost the debuff, but I think it was like melee attack, melee defense are decreased. Celtic slingers in the mix, being flanked by Libyan infantry, fighting Levy Freeman. So yeah, all of their reserves and all of their infantry have been committed. All they have left, Carthage has his general, Nervii has his general and archers, and Carthage has a single mercenary Cretan archer, and that's it. All of Kush has been committed. So now these units, Armored Shotel, almost 200 kills, lost almost 60 guys, over 100 kills, pretty much all dead of these veteran shield warriors. Armored Shotels, they're not going to last very long. They're going to get a lot more kills. They're going to keep fighting, but they're not going to last very long fighting against fairly fresh sword follower units. Because they're active, while the sword followers are winded and active, or winded and fresh. Celtic warriors are active. These Armored Shotels, they're going to take more casualties than they can inflict, and they will be crushed. That will allow this arrow tower to be recapped, and then their flank to be compressed. And the attackers are now pretty much confined to this whole area. Balance of power shows slightly in favor of the attackers. I don't know why. I mean, unless Boy has no reserves and everything shown is what they have, which I doubt. The Nervii Oathsworn General, over 100 kills, lost 21 guys. The defenders are now starting to push through with what little infantry they have left, starting to kind of get through the ranks. Why oil is being poured on the Nervii light horse, even though Carthage controls the air tower. It says Kush controls it, but it's a Carthaginian flag. I don't know. Air tower is offering support. If they win, that would be the only reason right there. It's because the arrow tower is an endless supply of archers. Archer fire continuing to rain in from the Nubian bowmen and the Royal Crookside archers. Nubian bowmen here, out of ammo, they're acting as a screen should the Carthaginian archers break and allow the Tylus general through, which looks like is happening. It looks like we're getting a chain route from the defenders here, so maybe I was wrong. Well, dang. I mean, at the time I was looking over here, looking out there, I guess Lusitani got wiped out. Nervii Light Horse getting into Celtic Slingers. Armored Shotels fighting sword followers of Boy. All's well here. Oathsworn of Tylus fighting Nubian Bowman, his general. Boy Oathsworn general here. Celtic Bowman continuing to put some heat down, but I don't think it's really doing any good. Or at least it's not going to work. Celtic Bowman over in Celtic Slingers here. They are not out of ammo as far as I can tell. I mean, this flank, these Shotel warriors are dead, yes. But it's taking them, they're not breaking them fast enough. Almost 300 kills. Wow. Can you get 300? Come on, give me 300. They're fighting in shield wall. 300 kills. Awesome. That's probably one of the highest killing Shotel, armored Shotels I've seen. Nubian Bowman break with over 100 kills. Now it's going to be... Where did that cavalry go? Oh, there it is. Cavalry circled all the way around. Now got into the Celtic Slingers, who are now fighting it. The horse are winning, it says, but they're still taking casualties. They were in frenzied charge. So now they're taking their melee defenses down. They're also fatigued, which is going to cause them to fall fairly quickly to the Celtic Slingers. So Celtic Slingers annihilating the unit, only losing about 10 men. Armored Shotels over here are dead. And so now they're pulling the units back, who are now very tired and tired. They didn't take very many casualties, but now they're having to try and shift around quickly to prevent themselves from being flanked by the Carthaginian general. While Boy's front line is collapsing, Tylus's general continues to fight on, using battle rhythm and their headhunting right now, so that should give them the edge over Libyan infantry. Basically, Carthage only has this archer unit that's currently fighting, or archer unit that flanked, my bad. Libyan infantry currently fighting, and his general. Nervii, general's fairly solid. The Elsewhere general of Tylus has been flanked. They're now engaging, and the Carthaginian general used battle rhythm and is currently killing the Celtic Slingers and the Celtic Bowmen. Causes them to break, but they're not shattered, so they could come back. Battle rhythm is again reinstated for the Carthaginian. I heard artillery. The Tylus artillery. The Tylus artillery has someone in range. I don't know who they're shooting at. They're not using flaming shots, so I actually have to follow this to see where it hits, see who they're shooting at. Yeah, they're having to make long shots, and I have no idea where it hit. But now, all of Boy's forces are converging on the general's bodyguard, trying to kill him. Trying to kill the general. They are getting some kills off on it. They shattered the bowmen, and now they're just trying to make sure the slingers are dead as well, that they don't come back. Because the only thing that would win it right now for them would be those archers. Boy has 3 units left, a sword follower and Oathsworn. Inside, just over 8 minutes left, and balance of power is shifting greatly in favor of the attacker. I'm not sure if Lusitani is left, or if the artillery have ammo. I think it is. But the Boy artillery has held fire. It says it's firing, but I don't think it is unless he's manually controlling it. And so now Carthage is coming all the way back here for a cap. I mean, Boy was falling back this direction anyway. So 7.5 minutes remain. It's going to be enough time for them to start capping and maybe neutralize it, but I don't think they'll actually get it all capped in time. Actually, I don't even think they're going to... Nope, they are going to hold here. And they dismount because cavalry can't cap while on horseback. They can decap, but they cannot cap. Well, they can neutralize, but they can't cap. So they're in the process of neutralizing here. Boy's few units desperately running back. They're exhausted. Active is the general with enemy units close on their heels. I'm not sure why they just don't just straight up push. I mean, armored Shotels, sure, they're all depleted. But he only has 3 armored Shotels. They're depleted. Depleted unit of Libyan infantry. Depleted Levy Freeman. Depleted Fierce Swords. His general's okay. And he all has archers. So I guess that's why they're not just bum rushing it. And they went for a cap. They went for a cap. They didn't go for a cap victory because they didn't hang there long enough to get it. But 6 minutes remain. Carthaginian artillery coming using exploding shot. I'm not sure who he's shooting at. Looked like he was shooting at his own guys. What are you shooting at? Using explosive rounds. Look, that actually kind of looks like a bomb. Yeah, it does kind of. It doesn't look like a bomb. I mean, really. Look at it. Looks like. Oh, they switched to regular shot. No, he's shooting for the archers. Ooh, and that was a solid hit. Got 3 kills off that. Might have been able to get 4 or 5 with the flaming round because burn killed. because he could have inflicted some burn damage on a few of them. So now his units that are here, they quickly recap it, and now they have to rest because these guys are exhausted. They will get chewed apart by archers if they get surrounded because they're so exhausted. No sitting allowed, he says, but sitting is exactly what they need at the moment. Sorry, guys. They're able to recap, and now they're just maneuvering. Not sure if those archers have ammo or not. It looks like they do not, and they will advance to either absorb Pelem or straight up charge. They use Second Wind to kind of up their ability. Second Wind neutralizes their fatigue, so they're now fresh. And I'm not sure if that was a general ability or if it was, and he uses Battle Rhythm. It's going to make them even more tired afterwards, but they're already like exhausted, so really no point. These guys still have their swords out, so the depleted unit, still fatigued, using Battle Rhythm, will charge. Archers are going to fall back. They're actually going to volley into the archers, getting a few kills, dropping about 7 or 8 of them. They decide to fall back. The general watching the far side. Now here's the big question. Do the Nervii archers have ammo? It appears that Gallic Hunters, a unit of Gallic Hunters does in fact have ammo. A unit of Gallic Hunters does, and then the Levy Freeman probably still as well. But I think all the Kushite archers are out of ammo. And all their units are just fatiguing themselves, moving around. Celtic Ballista finally decides to come in for Nervii. Are they being... They are not being shot at. They're exhausted. These guys are fresh. If these guys could, they should use Second Wind as well. I'm pretty sure that might... Now they're just very tired, not exhausted. But I think that might be a general ability. Now they're gone to active. So these guys, unless they decide to sit here, it's either going to be a massive chain ride on the side of the attackers, or... just over 3 minutes left, and I honestly... The 3 melee units that are still there are very good. But the attackers are exhausted, and they have almost no ammo. What the attackers will have to do is try to surround... What they're going to have to do is just try to surround the units. So now the sword followers, they're fresh. They're charging into the fresh archers, apparently. Units are losing decisively, almost instantly breaking. You can see that. The general, who is active, is moving up. Both these archer units instantly break. The archer unit shooting at this other sword follower here. Got in about 20 kills. Now is breaking. I think these guys are being shot at by the artillery. Oh, the Carthaginian general. We completely forgot about him. The Carthaginian general, that's how they're going to win this. Because these sword followers are going to eat these archers alive if left to their own devices. I mean, they've already killed 3 or 4 of them, and they're already starting to break. These Libyan infantry are exhausted, they're wavering. All these sword followers will have to do is charge them. But they try to get into shield wall, they see that general coming, and they get the perk, but it was a rear charge. So right now, it's going to be up to the Oathsworn General and the Sword Followers to try and do what they can here quick. But those Armored Showtails will just wreck their armor. 80 armor, Armored Showtails will rip that to pieces. So because they were flanked and because their thing was broken, they're dead. So now it's either going to be a cap, because it was already neutralized, they're about to cap it, and about 90 seconds is how long it takes for the countdown to expire. But now these units are fighting surrounded, attacked in the rear. Sword followers breaking, and what should be the final blow to their morale is taking point. But every time you capture these things, these VPs, like the one over here and the one that's over here, yeah, that's this one. Every time you take these, it deals a morale blow. It deals morale damage to them. Now these guys, they're using Battle Rhythm. They somehow were able to regain their morale. So it's just down to a grind for these two. Point has been captured, time is ticking, but but they're currently engaged and they can't move back. Oathsworn used Second Wind, so yeah, I think it is a general ability. His headhunting ability is gone. His melee defense is down, being chipped away. Levy Freeman broke in our routing. And army casualties, army losses. Army losses surrounding main VP capped. Just all of them, they're only ones left. 15 seconds. He's going to countercharge the cavalry, it looks like, but it's not going to be enough. And they just collapse on him. And attackers win. I am thoroughly impressed. I thought the defenders would have had it. Their defense at the very beginning was solid. They kept the attackers locked out, and I'm very impressed with how that changed. Very impressed. All right. Okay, time to go over these. I mean, the defenders brought... Only one who bring bowmen, archers, was Boy. So the attackers, I mean, Zap brought almost 3,000 guys. They killed 2,500 and lost. They lost 2,500 and got over 2,000 kills. The Nervii deployed 2,840, lost 2,200, killed 23. So that's always a good trade when you kill more than you lose. Same thing for DJ underscore 437. He's the guy who sent it in. He deployed 2,800 exactly, lost 2,250, and killed 2,315. Deus Vault, and he deployed 2,008, lost 1,900, killed only 1,400. Tylus, I mean, he didn't bring a full army. He brought a lot of Veteran Shield and a lot of Lusitani Nobles. Lusitani Guerrillas and his Cav were the only other units he brought. Tylus brought a lot of Tribal Warriors, a lot of Celtic Warriors, and 2 Gallo-Thracian Infantry who are normally very good. For low-tier infantry, they're very good at killing elites. He brought 2,720, lost 2,620, so only 100 men were still standing at the end of the battle, and killed 2,560. So that's actually not a bad exchange rate. It's almost 1 for 1, but still not quite the distance. And then Sponge Lord playing as Boy, 2,800 exactly. Killed 2,540, 48, so he killed more than DJ for deploying the same amount of guys. Or no, he lost more for deploying the same amount and killed far less. That's because most of his units got bogged down and took a lot of their damage from fighting Kush and fighting their armored showtails. I mean, look at his armored showtails. Not a single one of them, except this guy, but he got chewed up by archers, I'm pretty sure. Not a single one of them less than 200 kills. 208, 283, 306, 303, 400. Their highest killing machine, so yeah, he was their highest killer with 409. Highest killer on Nervii appears to be his general with 272. And then for Carthage, highest killer was a mercenary Samnite with 199. Yeah, that's it. That's that one. So for Boy, highest killer was a Celtic... No, I'm sorry. Swordfaller, 142 kills. But Celtic Warrior, 121 kills. Not that bad. For Tylus, his highest killer was probably his general. Yeah, his general at 348. And Lusitani, highest killer was obviously a Lusitani Noble with 294 kills. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Link to my Discord will be down in the below, so if you want to come hang out and just hang out with me, a couple other YouTubers, or if you watch my channel, you know Jedi Riven, you know Dodgy Gob. You can come hang out and talk with them, talk with all of us. There are a couple of other YouTubers or Twitch streamers that I know I'm actually friends with. Jackie Wyatt, Jackie Wyatt, I can't remember the 4 digits after his last name. Jack Wyatt, as well as Shadow Vader. As you guys may know him if you know his YouTube channel. But anyway, link will be left to my Discord down below. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. Once you join, you can DM me your videos, and we can go over them. Heck, might be able to make some videos together. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Master Control. End of line.